Hello, welcome back to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Where we left off, we found a lead to the hidden city in the mountains. An avalanche hit us and we got smacked real hard with it. Laura is getting her footing back and we're going to start investigating our lead. There's also remnants of some resistance against Trinity in the area. Check for upgrades. No, we need a lot more for that stuff. Depending on how we do in combat, I might end up doing like a side episode where I loot a bunch of stuff and get some optional stuff.
Need to rest. So cold, so tired.
No, you listen to me. This discovery is too important. I don't give a damn about my reputation. Don't you dare threaten me. After everything I've done? Hello? Hello?
Dad, what's happening?
They're fools!
You're scaring me.
I'm close, Laura. Close to something important. Someday, you'll understand.
I don't want to understand. I just want you to stop. Be my dad again.
Keep moving! Come on, we got him!
These are the descendants of the people who followed the prophet.
Run her down!
Sorry. There we go.
We found another camp up here. The fire was still warm. They can't be far.
I want to wait for him to stop talking.
Comms are still spotty, so stay in close. We need to find them before they can organize another raid.
Roger that. We'll make a full sweep.
Eventually we'll be able to upgrade so that that's just a chance to kill.
We're fanning out to pick up the trail.
Roger that, but it looks like they've retreated. Primary objective is to find the missing survey team.
Natives set snares in the clearing. They must have planned for us to pursue. God damn.
Yeah. We got him. Can I cut him down? Loot him or anything? This is one of the guys that the natives killed. You can tell by the arrows. They don't use guns, I don't think. We're headed that way.
Get on the radio, see if you can raise the facility. Last signal we got said they were under attack. Just a few minutes after the natives hit us outside the buildings.
Then they retreated away from the facility. This was a coordinated feint. They're trying to spread us out. So fuck this up.
Straight from the comms array as soon as we showed up.
Yeah. There's another one. I love this game. When you get good at the combat system, you feel really good at it. It's really rewarding.
We're gearing up. I was on the first flight to Siberia to secure the old Soviet installation now. More arriving every minute. Konstantin gave a speech to the new boots, and I stayed in the back to watch.
You go to sleep?
Love hearing him speak. Never gets old.
I love you, good night.
I was never much for believing, but it was just words before. This is something more. It's truth. I was broken once. But Trinity is making us whole again. Giving us a purpose. A new world awaits. Even those who don't believe will have a part to play.
So you can kind of see a bit of the cult of Trinity here. They're taking broken people and feeding them a bunch of propaganda about how they're going to fix the world. It also mentions a Soviet installation. The Soviets had a presence here too.
Damn, it's still there.
Okay.
Too cramped to fight. Better to draw it out. What's in time?
So the bear is after us. We lured it out here for a chance to fight. These branches serve as a chance to get some distance from the bear. If we would have already unlocked the roll perk, this would have helped a bit more. We got lucky. So I got a couple extra early shots on it in the cave that fights a lot harder normally. This bear hide is a lot harder to get than other stuff, so it's going to be used for higher tier upgrades. With that done, we can finally loot out here. There's a couple branches and whatnot, some extra arrows, which we need. I was trying to shoot that rabbit and it did not work, like 4 times. I am going to be flashing this every once in a while we've traveled, just to keep an eye out for equipment and stuff I would miss otherwise. I'd be blind sometimes. That's our way forward, but before we do that, semi-auto pistol part. We don't have our pistol on us right now.
The Prophet and his followers have been traveling under cover of night, a crooked trail around the border of the Eastern Empire. I do not know where they are headed, and I suspect they do not either. But they know we will not let them rest until this heresy is purged. The common folk of the borderlands give him shelter, and I find it curious that none who have aided him will tell me anything of use. Even when I threaten them with the wrath of Trinity or touch the edge of a knife to their throats, they stay silent. They die, never betraying what they know. The Prophet has a curious sway over people. All the more reason he must be silenced.
So wherever he goes, the Prophet is able to convince people to follow him, to the point of death. And if you remember, we saw in the last tomb that he convinced an entire army to lay down their weapons and stop fighting him. And then people he just that give him shelter will die before they reveal a thing about where he's headed. He will genuinely believe in it.
Shit. That's gonna be cold.
There we go.
An arrowhead carved from bone. This looks like Mongol craftsmanship. This was a whistling arrow. Mongol archers would fire these over their enemies to frighten and confuse them.
So the Mongols were here too. We kind of already knew that from that Mongolian translation pillar. We should see some evidence of them at some point. Six more skills. We'll do less damage from fire. I'm getting the gunfire. Okay. Should be good to move on. There's something in there. Seems weird that there's a spot to dive in here, but no thing. Let her warm up by the fire for a second. I feel bad. We are going to be doing tombs in this one. They unlock new equipment and skills that we kind of need. They're really cool.
A
Plus, look at
Byzantine
that.
war galley. How the hell did it get down here?
That is a ship frozen the wrong direction and a wall. Of course we're going to go climb on that.
It's Mongolian. They passed through here. I must be close to the lost city. Must be something up there.
Thought I was going to fall there for a second. So that lures that, but it's, I think, frozen. Go up here. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Oh, there we go. Oh. That was dumb. Did it say our progress? No, that's fine. I will learn to play the game eventually. Maybe somewhere through the middle of third one.
Yes, that did it.
No, that's not what we're doing. What are we doing? I see. You make it go all the way down, so you have time to get over there.
Got it. Now to find out what's up there.
How do I swing on this again? Oh, wait. And we did it.
Look at all this. Why were they carrying so much wealth with them?
There we go.
It's done. We'll die here, thanks to Coraldus and the madness of the Order of Trinity. My ship will never see water again. We entered the glacial sea too far into the winter. Would have been turned back, but Coraldus would not abandon this lost prophet. He and his dead-eyed warriors seized control. He forced the ship through shallow tributaries until we could go no further. Then he made my crew construct sled runners, and the bastard forced us to tow the ship over land. It was death and excommunication to deny him. But it was death either way. I will make sure he dies here with us. I've always kept a little poison at the ready in case the ship was taken. Now, it has another use.
So the reason this ship is here is the people hunting the prophet made the people that were in the ship tow it over the land. That's how it got here. In the end, the captain realized they were going to die anyway, so he poisoned the Trinity leader.
This codex details the archery techniques of the foes of the Byzantine Empire.
Okay, I'll show off this. So you do a fully charged shot, and then you can do another fully charged shot immediately after. I struggle with actually landing the shots because I'm bad at the game, but eventually I'll learn how to do it.
A Byzantine brooch. The enamel work is beautiful. This portrait has been defaced. It looks like it was depicting the prophet. They must have had to hide their faith.
So they took this with them while they were traveling, but they had to be discreet. So they hid the image of the prophet on most of their stuff, and they took it with them. They would keep the wealth, and they could always repaint it, and then they wouldn't be captured. They were trying to hide any trace of where they were, and they convinced the people that had them hidden to keep them secret too. Ooh. You like that? I think we're gonna have enough for the thing I want to buy. I don't know how that doesn't like kill her. It's cold up here.
The fugitive prophet has crossed out of the Empire and now turns north. I'm now in unfamiliar territory. The order of Trinity was clear. I am to pursue the false prophet and his adherents to the ends of the earth and wash away his heresy. I believed I could overtake him months ago. Still, he eludes me. He crosses Khazar land and across the Caucasus Mountains. Here, I'm at a disadvantage. I speak a dozen tongues of the Empire, but in the hinterlands, I'm often left to communicate with little more than a sword. The prophet, it seems, speaks every language, as if he were born to them.
The Khazars were somewhere in Turkey. They were semi-nomadic. And the prophet seems to have the ability to talk to any language to anybody. Well, at least the ability to learn it very quickly. We got a lot of powers, it seems. This is going to be our first, like, real dedicated area. The last one was kind of a tutorial. We have actual buildings and a decent amount of enemies in this one. Ooh, she got ready quick.
I'm not your enemy.
That remains to be seen. You killed those men back there.
I killed them to survive. I suspect you did too.
She got pretty eyes.
How long have they been here?
Days, at most. The invaders took many of my people prisoner. You should leave this place before it's too late.
I can't do that. I came here for something important.
So did they. If I see you again, I'll put an arrow in your throat.
You and I are on the same side. I hope I can prove that to you. What's going on down there? Who?
She disappeared. With her sass and the green and the red hair, she reminds me of that Disney princess with the bow. Like Merida or something. I'll watch that again.
So, there are people who live out here, and they appear to have been here for a very long time, living in isolation for decades, maybe even centuries. I notice elements of her dress, small adornments that would not have been out of place in the Byzantine Empire. Could they possibly be descendants of the Prophet's people? How much do they know about the lost city or the divine source? It's clear Trinity will do anything to find out. I'm afraid that whoever they are, they're in grave danger. Let's hope the old proverb about the enemy of my enemy remains true.
So the people here have seemingly been here for years. She noticed adornments of the Byzantine Empire, and that links back to what I was saying about them being the descendants of the people from the last tomb. They fled Turkey because Trinity was after them, and they fled here. These are their descendants. They've evolved their own culture, but they still have their Byzantine roots, which is where you see stuff like those adornments. The culture is, of course, going to change if you move from somewhere like the desert to snow. A lot of it's just like how you survive in a place, and it becomes tradition. We can now craft arrows, even in the middle of a fight. So if I empty my quiver, I can just... as long as I have the necessary materials. It should help encourage you to like explore and interact with the new system.
First day in Siberia, and it happens. 2 years in Afghanistan and another in Indonesia, nothing. But one day out here on the ice, and pop, I get a kill. Watch the man's eyes go glassy as he begged me for something. Not Russian, no clue. I waited with him and watched. One minute he was there, and next, nothing. Just meat. Got sick on the snow, all mixed in with the kid's blood, but he's just meat now, and I'm alive. Constantine keeps telling us we're out here for a special reason, tells us we're doing God's work. I'm starting to see that now.
This one always kind of messed me. That's the thing. It kind of shows how Constantine, the dude with the stigmata, the wounds in his hand, that we stole the bomb detonator off of in the tomb. He's the big bad. He gets in people's head. Like, this person killed his first person, and like he was so messed up with it that he like threw up, and it got mixed in with the dude's blood. And Constantine managed to convince him that this was a good thing, and that they were doing God's work.
Constantine is on his way down from the prison.
And, like, weaponize his religion, like in a really terrifying way to get people to do awful things.
Before he arrives. Hey, can anyone hear me?
Not anymore. We will upgrade that eventually. It's gonna get to be a lot cooler.
Like that. Crazy son of a bitch. Rushing 3 armed men with an axe?
I don't know how they managed to take one of them alive.
Who the hell are these people?
Initial recon said there was an old village up in these mountains.
So one has been taken alive. There's an old village in the mountains.
Surrender without firing a shot.
Farmers. Shit. These are trained guerrilla fighters. Looks like they drove the Soviets out of here. Be right back.
Understood.
Oh, that
Where
works.
the hell did this come
Nailed him with that. He didn't even flinch. What did they make that helmet out of? I think that was in case he wanted to sneak by him, but screw these people. Ooh. Yeah, I got that. Can't hurt to have it. My next upgrade is probably going to be the roll. It's going to help a lot in traversal. These people got money.
There's more of them arriving.
Look at that helicopter.
I want those crates as far away from the fire as possible. Double time. There's
If the ones in yellow are not seeable. If they turn red, they're in the field of view of another person, and they'll notice if you kill them.
Don't count on it. Stay alert until we get the concrete established. We're on our own out here. That was Constantine's chopper. What the hell is he doing down here?
Okay, I want to get that guy up there.
Took one of the natives alive and questioned him about Constantine's men. I'm guessing the man
Then we can scramble between cover. It'll make it a lot harder for them to see us.
Someone's gonna pay me.
Prioritize the live rounds. Keep them separate from the rations. Got a feeling they want those in easy reach.
Yes, sir.
We did it! These we can throw too to start fires, or we can shoot them while they're next to them. They really expanded the combat system in this one, which was already fantastic in the first one. They could have not done anything, and it still would have been a great game. They were really creative with how they let you interact with the environment to kill these people. And I'm pretty sure you can go through a lot of these sections without firing a shot or killing anybody. If you want to do like a whole melee setup and just take everyone down through stealth, you can't. Okay, I think that's everything we can move down there for at least. Yeah.
I know I've taken some jobs of questionable legality, and I know you're not happy about it. But I couldn't pass up this contract. Been trying to get work with Trinity for years. They're discreet, the pay is obscene, and they always have opportunities. Now here I am, and I already want out. We're at an abandoned Soviet installation in the middle of nowhere. No one's telling us low-level contractors what's going on, but I think I might be helping some seriously scary people get a nuke or something equally awful. Honestly, that's the best-case scenario. Ping me back if you get this. I've carved out a secure channel on the network. For an operation like this, you'd think they'd have better security, but I guess that's why they hired me.
Yeah. So people, so a lot of the men under here are starting to question what they're doing here. It's getting weird. He hasn't been told much, but he's a low-level contractor. They wouldn't tell him a lot. Cut. I forgot to do the new episode transition.
An old Soviet plaque. Lenin lived. Lenin lives. Lenin will live forever.
The Soviets were here and they built a prison work camp. We'll see a lot more. We'll see a lot of documentation from there, and from the soldiers and the people that ran it. It's a really cool detail. That's where a lot of this stuff came from, and why there's propaganda like that from on the wall. This all came from Lenin's time. Cut. Lenin ruled in between 1917 and 1924, so this prison system was built somewhere in that time. We're so cool. It's like playing an action movie in like the best way. We get our first pistol.
The Red Army is coming. I've been tracking them for weeks, watching as hundreds of men build the iron monstrosity across the ice. Men have died, their frozen bodies left scattered in the tundra. No rites of passing, no burial or burnings. These new invaders are cruel, godless men. Do they come seeking the precious metals of the mountain? Or like so many before them, are they drawn here by the divine source? My people must again prepare for war.
So the Soviets, when they built this, they had their own prisoners here, but they also kidnapped the natives and made them work in the camp. The natives didn't know if they were here for the divine source or just for the land and the ores. Maybe probably a bit of both. And they started fighting back against them. We can't get through here with the normal arrows, I think. They're hitting at it with like the bullets. So someone's already tried to shoot through here. So we're gonna get this one first. And that one will turn around and we can... Yeah, this is a really good pistol. I love it. I like revolvers. The reload speed's the only issue I have with it, but I think it makes up for it with just it looks cool. Eventually we are going to find a lockpick for doors like this.
They have him imprisoned. Got him.
Oh no. No, no, no.
So someone else is imprisoned, and his dying words were his just concern for that person. So it must be someone pretty important. Yeah, they tortured him a bit too hard. He died. Can't hurt to have some poison arrows. Is that everything in here? Yeah, that was the lock I couldn't get through.
How's it looking? I'm not sure I can stop the leak. It doesn't work. We'll have to crimp the pipe and get a new valve. Not sure we'll be able to find spare parts out here.
I left you in charge here.
Yes, sir. But we didn't expect such heavy resistance.
You were to be my eyes. I expected you to see. You must know what is at stake with this operation.
Yes, but no. No.
You don't?
No.
How could someone like you? Go easy. Go easy. Fear the suffering. Our goal is within reach, but we must be vigilant. If we succeed here, a new world awaits. One of our own making.
Constantine, you're needed back at the prison right away. We've got a captive who might know something.
That dude is messed up. He just straight up blinded that man. And then started talking about faith. Testing, testing. It's still working. Okay. So we're gonna have to play this a little smart. Again, you can see when people are looking.
What the hell happened? This thing is 50 years old.
I'm gonna take out that guy up there next.
Can't afford to lose any more after that attack. Okay, I got this. Hold that part steady. Just need some more leverage.
Come on, stay still.
Damn it. What was that? Couple was stripped.
There we go. Okay. I should get better with the archery as we play. I'm just a little out of practice. So we have time to sneak over here. And then I'm gonna sneak back over here because I don't want him to see me when he turns around. Oh, they're all three working over there. That's full of gas. I see what we're supposed to do. I'm gonna grab this lantern.
How's it look? Damn it.
And that'll free us to just fight normally with these guys. They would have seen us regardless because they see the explosion. And that's the only way to get out of here. That went really smoothly. I'm proud of us. Take a second to look around in here. It's not going to be too much, but it's going to be something. No? Maybe not. I should be able to get enough stuff from these guys to make it worth it. Yeah. We got some healing items. And another plaque.
More Soviet propaganda. Night won't prevent us from working.
So they worked people day and night. And nights up here would get cold. And like, it's cold now, but I think like this is kind of Siberia-esque. Just think like those temperatures. They did not care if people lived and died. I think if you remember from the note, they would just leave their bodies out in the snow. We made it to the train yard.
Constantine is here. The man who tried to kill me in Syria. He's violent, dangerous, but worse, he appears entirely devoted to his misguided beliefs. I seem to have a habit of running afoul of religious zealots. I suppose it all goes with the territory. His men on the radio mentioned a prisoner with information. Could it be one of the natives I've encountered? And if so, what does he know? Trinity will not be kind in their methods. Perhaps I can find him. Find out what he knows. Earning the trust of the locals might prove useful.
I'm going to plan on using this later in the game. It's going to feel like cheating to have something this strong early in the game. But I do plan on switching to this as my, like, once we get into the game proper and I unlock some upgrades and we feel like we've earned it. For now, we're going to upgrade this. So, there we go. So, damage increase or recoil. We're going to go for damage and then see what we can do on our other stuff. I do eventually want to get this one, so I might have to stop and do some hunting. How about for this? Next, we need the crafting tool, but I can do draw speed, rate of fire. I feel like that would be like the same thing. I guess this is like putting another arrow in, and this is how fast you pull it back. I probably want this one. I'm not too concerned. I like how... Like, this seems like a non-issue for us right now. Like, takes 2 seconds. I'm sure it'll help. Okay, yeah, we probably do need that one. I just noticed it. Like, I could have had that rabbit if we would have drawn a little faster. You can kill birds for their feathers, and then these will give just one leather. Deer, I think, will give you 2 or 3.
Not getting in that way without being seen. Must be another way.
There's too much of a Trinity presence up there. We're gonna have to be stealthy and think our way through this. Get more soldiers. Someone's already taken them out for us.
Don't shoot. I'm not your enemy.
We have a little side mission from this guy.
Who are you people?
All that can come later. If you want answers, then listen close. We've managed to destroy the old radio tower, but there are repeaters that keep them connected. We need to shut them down.
Help me, and I'll let the others know they can trust you. We need all the allies we can get.
We are going to take this mission because we need the lockpick.
Good. We don't have much time.
Does she have anything to say?
Roth is determined that I should learn how to shoot. However, he tried to teach me today. I was utterly hopeless. I've always said in the field you can't go wrong with a stout stick and good boots. I told him I was a man of words, not of weapons. He laughed and said that he hoped I could find the right words to slow down a charging bison. I told him that's what he was for. Bless him for trying, though. I don't think there'll be any more lessons, Summer.
Roth always said I must have gotten my sharp eyes and steady hands from Mum. That summer, he taught me to shoot instead.
So
he took to it. Maybe too well.
Here you can see the influence of the 2 father figures in her life. She gets all the archaeology and her like investigating skills from her father. And her father figure after her father shot herself was Roth, who we met in the last game. She taught her everything she knew about like rock climbing and adventuring and archery and even shooting a gun. So she's like a fusion of both of them and their skills.
Have you done it? Are the transmitters
You just asked me, dude. Be impatient. He's so impatient.
Yet, but I will.
Yeah, so we need the lockpick for this. And this is just to show you the kind of containers you're going to be using that for.
I've infiltrated the ranks of the enemy and learned that they come seeking the rich resources of the mountain. They appear to know nothing of the secret we protect. Those who build the Iron Road are themselves prisoners, slaves of the Red Army. Massive machines now use the Iron Road, bringing more slaves, food, and raw materials for construction of a small city. It is time for me to return to my people so we might plan our attack. If we can inflict heavy losses upon them before they reach the mountain, they may give up and turn back.
So they don't know anything about the Divine Source. They're just here for the resources. They're planning to try to drive them out before they learn anything new. These people's whole purpose is to protect the Divine Source. It's their mission in life. These green dots are where we're going to be headed for our side quest, and we're going to be looting along the way. I hope those wolves come after us, because that's an easy source of leather. Since they're attacking you and not running away, it's a lot easier to shoot at them. Ooh, and there's a tomb. I'm gonna mark that. I think we're gonna do the waypoints for the side quest first, and then we're gonna do the tomb.
We were fools. Careless, arrogant fools. We thought we could stop them, but the Red Army outnumbers us. Their weapons are superior, and they just keep coming. Many of my people, including myself, have been captured, forced to work the mines of our own mountain. It's only a matter of time before they discover our secret. When this happens, we must be ready.
So they tried to fight back against the Soviets. This did not work. The Soviets just had manpower over them, they had better weaponry, they really didn't stand a chance. So their only hope is to just try to prepare their best whenever they do find out of their secret. Again, the secret being the Divine Source. Probably do this side quest, the tomb, and then I'm going to end this episode before we continue on with the main story. Oh. What's that glowing for then? I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Or they'll tell us something new, or we'll find a new tool or something like that.
Communication repeaters. Trinity must have installed these.
We have 4 more. I'm gonna learn how to press these buttons eventually, don't worry. So, the wolves live in caves. We can hunt him down, but if he's not going to mess with us, we're not going to mess with him. I feel bad. It's just a wolf. Yeah. The tomb's somewhere over here. We're going to circle back for that. There's our second repeater. Is that another one? Okay, yeah, we're not gonna be able to get to that one yet, though. There's 2. Our next one is over that way. Yeah, I see it. We're doing pretty good. You love the bow upgrade? Okay, what's the next one? We're gonna head to that one next, and then probably that one last.
Need to get more information out of the prisoner. If Constantine has to do it himself, he's not going to be happy.
We'll step up the pressure, but he's clearly had some experience with interrogation techniques before.
We think he's the leader of the Remnant. He has to know about the Divine Source. Find his weakness. Get creative.
This prisoner.
Another one? Oh, just tell me again about that one.
I can find him.
I'm gonna rest here and see if there's any new dialogue.
I hope you received my last tape in good time. I am becoming increasingly surprisingly fond of recording these messages to you. Anna says that I need time away from my books and papers every so often, if only to remember why I'm doing all this. I know you hate me going away, but it will be worth it one day. It will all be worth it. Sending my love to you. Work hard in school.
I know your work was important, but it didn't feel like it at the time.
Oh, it taught her independence, how to look after herself. As a kid, she couldn't understand what her dad was doing, and now she kind of does. She's like filled with the same obsession, and she doesn't judge him as hard for not being around. She still has a bit of resentment for it. Like, she could have been, his dad could have been a really big part of her life. Made more of an effort, but she understands the obsession that he has now. That is kind of consuming. You have to get to the bottom of it and find out where this leads. We're gonna just go over there this way. It is up there. How do we get up there? Don't worry, I hear him. It's gonna be somewhere up here. Give me a second. Here we go. We did it, guys. We did the most basic thing in the game. I'm so proud of us. Okay, yeah. I should be able to make that. Feathers. Here we go. We did it. Our first quest is done. If we head back to him, we will unlock the lockpick. He's over there. Oh, I thought I could jump on that zip line, but I guess not. That is fine. We're gonna head to the Remnant General. I'm gonna find the entrance to the tomb, and we're gonna say goodbye for now. It's a pretty big area. They've really expanded the areas and the maps, and the game is larger. It's really good. It's more to do, more to find, and it gives them more space to tell a larger story.
The repeaters are offline. It's done.
So it is. We don't have much to spare, but if you're fighting with us, you can use this.
We have the lockpick. If we wanted to, we could head back to the last area we were in and get that one door, but we're going to be doing all that later. So it takes a second, so you don't want to be doing it like in the middle of combat or anything. I think they make it take so long to make you clear out the area before you try. cut.
They're not Russian. Warning, maybe? Looks like this was abandoned in a hurry.
It's over here.
The Soviets find something down there.
There's more in this.
The Prophet was persecuted, and so were his followers.
So this is going to be the entrance to the tomb, and where we're going to end our episode. Thank you very much for watching. We'll pick it up next time where we finish off this tomb and progress the story a bit. We'll finish exploring the Soviet installation. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night.